Alright guys, epic fucking Slayers here. Alright guys, epic Slayers here, fuck. Alright guys, epic fucking Slayers here. Welcome back to another Division video. Today I have 10 things you can do before 1.7 drops to prepare you for the update. If you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe below. That would be much appreciated. If we can get 300 to 500 likes on this video, that would be awesome. I know you guys can do it because you've done it before. And with that said, let's get into the video. At number 1, we have exotic caches. Now, if you haven't been grinding for them, you really need to. You can get them from incursions, and that's from all the incursions from legendaries. And you can also get them from the weekly assignment. I believe you can get them from survival, and you might even be able to get them from leaderboards. Effectively, you can get a lot of exotic caches, well over 30 exotic caches as well, if you do have 3 or 4 characters all at level 30. And that brings me on to point number 2. Trying to get 3 or 4 characters up to level 30 in order for you to be able to grind those caches and also just grind anything in general. It's really what this is about. The top 10 is really about grinding for stuff so that when 1.7 comes around, you're fully prepared for that. But exotic caches are really top tier here, guys, because Ninja Bike will be amongst those. And if you've not seen any of my videos and you haven't been following the Division, then Ninja Bike is pretty fucking OP in 1.7. Definitely worth grinding for, so get on it, guys, if you haven't already. So for number 3 and for number 4, it's going to be pretty obvious, guys, but you want to max out your Phoenix credits and you also want to max out your funds. Get on the grind. Get on to Lexington, perhaps. That's one of the easiest missions you can run through to get Phoenix credits. You get 80 Phoenix credits per run. It doesn't take very long to get through it, and you're going to get your Phoenix credits in no time. The reason why I say get all this stuff is simply because although we know what's coming in 1.7, we don't know what we can buy at that point. So it's worth just getting everything you can, getting as many funds as you can, millions upon millions of funds, so that when it does come around, when you get some new, say, classified gear, or you get some, new gear that you want, or maybe some exotics, you can just recalibrate that shit. You don't have to worry about your funds or your Phoenix credits. Maybe perhaps the blueprint in 1.7 for the first week at the vendor is a blueprint you want and you haven't got the Phoenix credits. Well, if you've grinded for it, you're going to have them, so definitely get on those ones. Moving on to point number 5, and this has to be the most boring point of them all, and certainly something I'm not doing, and that's cleaning up your inventory. So in 1.7 we are getting classified gear, and we are going to be grinding for the best gear we can possibly get. Now if you're like me, I just hoard gear because I don't have a full inventory and I want to make sure it's full all the times, just in case. And I think that's my problem. I save everything just in case. Well, get rid of that shit, go into your inventory, as bad as it looks, get rid of the stuff you don't need, and prepare for 1.7. Moving on to point number 6, and you need to decide on what gear you're going for in 1.7, which classifieds, what build you're going for, and then of course, if you've got a clean inventory, you'll be picking up all of that gear, accumulating it, and then moving on to point number 7 here, you will know what the max stats are for each individual piece of gear. So instead of wasting your time going online and finding out what the max stats are and whether you are close or not, then you can just know, and you will either keep it or you discard it. You know the main, what the major attributes are, whether it's on the highest or whether it's not. You know whether it's got the most armor it can have, whether it's got the most mods it can have, or the firearms or stamina, electrons, whatever the case may be. You need to know your numbers, because that way in 1.7 you'll be ahead of the game. You'll know exactly where you are. You won't need to go, this is actually a point from the beginning. If you knew what all the stuff is, what the max rolls are, then you don't need to worry about your inventory, because you just get rid of stuff which isn't max roll effectively, unless of course it's better than what you originally had. So yeah, point number 6 and 7, pick your gear, know what your stats are, and you'd have no problems. So for 8, 9 and 10 we have find me in the dark zone, find me in last stand, and find me wherever you want, and I'll fight all you guys. But seriously, find me.